do get, the more rules are gonna try to get you to follow. You just gotta keep living, man. Livin.
What's up, guys? We are back with episode 4 of It's a Wild Lyfe podcast. This week we have a Cowboy basketballer, Mr. Carson Sager. What's up?
What's up? Thank y'all for having me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. Dude just got out of a long season of basketball. It's been almost this whole semester trying to get this guy on here, but we finally got him.
Yep. Glad I can be here.
Was it officially over as of Thursday night? Or was that Friday?
Was it Tuesday?
Oh.
It was Tuesday.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Way off.
Yeah, hold up.
Yeah.
We're picturing back. All right, so
After it ended anyway,
when did your college career start? Was it freshman? Because you walked on, right?
Yeah, I walked on freshman year, 2020, COVID. So it's kind of a weird time to start, but yeah, that's when it began.
How was that process?
Like,
what's the process look like walking on?
well, typically you need some type of connection, honestly. That's how it usually works out for a lot of if you're not trying out. And luckily, I knew a couple of coaches here, and I kind of sent them my film, and I talked to Coach Sutton on the phone. I talked to KP, Keaton, Coach Page, I don't know, formally. But, yeah, so the spot opened up, and they called me. Oh, my bad.
There you go.
Spot opened up, and they called me. I think it was pretty late. It was like June or July, so I didn't even know I was coming here until then. I was applied and everything, so that was fine. I didn't know I was playing basketball until then.
Were there other schools that you were looking into, or were you just kind of
I mean,
you hoped it worked out?
I had applied. Yeah, I really hoped it worked
Really?
out. I applied to other schools, so I mean, I was at that point. I was planning either walking on or not, or just going to school. And I've always wanted to play basketball here, so I've been an OSU fan since I was in 3rd grade because my brother also walked on here. Yeah, so that was the time that the day before Cade Cunningham had said his recruitment was over and he was committing to OSU officially after all the violations, after all the violations. Yeah, and so I think part of the reason they were allowed that spot to come up was because they were just so happy to have him here.
Yeah.
He kind of helped out. Yeah.
What was it like being a teammate of his? Did he lead the team a lot?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. No matter what, he was that guy, and it's crazy because he was just a great dude. You wouldn't even think he was going number 1 in the draft or being the top prospect.
That's insane.
He was humble.
Still.
He was a humble dude.
Extremely. That's why he's so successful though.
Yeah.
Because he was one of the best dudes I've ever played with or met, and his family's the same way. And his brother was actually one of our coaches at the time too.
No, that's sick.
Isn't that one of the reasons why he chose to come here?
I would think so. I don't know specifically, but I mean, I don't blame him. It was pretty cool. He's a great coach too. Actually,
yeah.
It's not just being Cade Cunningham's brother.
Yeah,
he was our bigs coach, and our big developed very well when he was here. I mean, they're developing well now too.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying
that's sick.
Yeah, he was good.
With him being on the team, did that give everyone a more of a reason to play almost, or
motivation?
Yeah, more motivation.
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all knew
yeah,
who he was coming in, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. We were just. I was talking about this with one of our GAs the other day. Actually, the year he was here, everybody's numbers went up, in every aspect.
That's sick.
Points.
That is
assists, cool. He distributed it, but he also drew everybody on him. So everybody was more open. He was the dude. Our wins were up because he was making the game-winning shots. He would finish games for us, and he was, So everything was he made everything a lot more concise and better.
So it brought a lot of attention from the media in as well.
Mm-hmm.
How did that affect like everyone playing? And
Well, like, I don't know if it really. I mean, I don't know if the media necessarily affect the play. I think the guys were pretty in their own,
yeah,
in their own zone when they were in the game and stuff. So I don't really think it affected play necessarily. And it was during COVID, so like crowds weren't a big influence.
yeah,
And so we got a lot of road wins during
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah.
It's kind of interesting. I think we were super good on the road. So it was a weird year.
Was
But-
there not a lot of like fans?
Yeah, so they limited capacity, I think like 50% here.
that's
Okay.
crazy.
It was like every other row or something. I remember.
I remember
Yeah.
watching him on TV, and there was like nobody in the stands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could literally hear the shoes on the floor and stuff.
Yeah. It was weird. Our seats were like separated on the bench. Like,
Oh yeah, I remember.
It's like-
they're like a
Yeah.
front row and a back row.
It's like being at practice.
Yeah.
It's like
it was
scrimmaging a team.
Yeah, it was crazy. But,
How far did y'all make it the year with him?
second round, we lost to Oregon State in the round of 32.
It was a close game though, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they, I think they were last or close to last in the Pac-12 to finish the regular season,
Dang.
and they won their tournament because they had to make to make the NCAA, and they went to I think the Elite Eight.
Yeah, they did
Damn.
pretty good.
Mistaken. Yeah, it was crazy. But,
Wow.
Yeah. And,
Is it feel? Here you go.
You got it.
Does it feel a lot more intense once you make it to the tournament? Like,
Oh, I mean, yeah, it was awesome. Even we were in the bubble though, so like I didn't even get to feel like the real tournament feeling.
yeah,
But it definitely, I mean,
I feel like the environment has to be like just insane.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
it was sweet. Especially the media attention you get with that, and we were only in the second round.
Right.
And so, like, the amount of people that come watch it, it was COVID, so I wish it wasn't, so I could
Yeah.
experience it for real. But I have experienced it in the past. I've gone to a couple games, but it's just not the same. Like, being out there and just being in it, it's the best experience. And I think we'll be back next year, and I think we're going to do everything we can to get back this next year. I think this last year was kind of a disappointment in all
Yeah.
aspects. Should have made the tournament. Should have won NIT, but I think we're going to grow from it and definitely beat
For
team
sure.
to beat next year.
What's
Yeah, how's-
you got it?
How's like because I mean the past 2 years have been a little rough. Just I mean obviously I'm not in the program, but just from the outside perspective with the violations or even this year being slightly disappointing, like you said, like how's like the team kind of morale or the feel of the team as compared to like this high you had your first year? Like,
Yeah.
how's that differed?
Well, I mean, knowing the guy that Coach Mike is, he's going to make sure that we're always working our hardest and always prepared enough to go out there and win every game. So it comes to a point where you're like, we need to execute on the level that gets us to where we need to be. And
Yeah.
that just hasn't happened. And
He's a pretty energetic dude.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
Like he
awesome.
starts smacking the floor
yeah.
and stuff.
He's the best. And
The crowd loves him.
It-
Oh, yeah.
It's unfortunate because we're still living through repercussions of the violations, even
Right.
though he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Right.
And
No one did.
no one in the program
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
had anything to do with that.
Right.
So we lost we lose a scholarship. I think we lost one last year, lose another one this year, and another one next year.
Dang.
Even after, I think 7 years after it happened. And again, nobody had anything to do with it. So
Yeah.
we're still going through that. And every other team has extra scholarship available. Last year, we also lost another dude that was supposed to be playing with us. He had transferred from Louisiana somewhere, I think. But because he was on like sixth or seventh year in college, and like he sent a waiver in the NCAA and they denied it. So we're actually down 2 scholarship players last year.
Wow.
And so that's something just like a lot of people don't realize. We're still living through that. And it's hard to gain momentum as a program, too, when you're kind of being put down so much by an organization that has not looked into your best interest. They let us in the tournament my freshman year when we were still going through the process, mainly because we had the number 1 player in the country. And so them, I don't know. I get into that, but
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
not a fan of the NCAA. You can send that to
Okay,
me.
so a little bit off the.
Yeah, if they're watching.
They're definitely
just
watching.
kidding.
They're always watching. I'm going to get fucking. Sorry.
Very good.
Okay, so a little bit off the basketball. What's your major?
Electrical and computer engineering.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're a tutor, right?
Yeah, I tutor in our academic center for student athletes.
Okay, so how does that work? Like a day in the life, your
Yeah.
busiest day is
A Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
So tell us what a Monday looks like.
So depends. So like right now,
Let's say during season.
during season.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. So I have class. Well, first of all, we go to training table in the morning from 7 to 10. So I can go anytime between there. I usually get up around, honestly not too early this year, but I get up around 8 or 9. But I do go to bed late from doing like homework and stuff. So usually like 5 or 6 hours of sleep, honestly, like during season.
Damn.
So get up around 8 or 9, go to training table.
What is training table?
So it's like our like cafeteria.
Okay.
But I say cafeteria, but it's pretty nice cafeteria.
No,
Just
sure.
like, and honestly,
Yeah.
we're spoiled.
Bulking.
Yeah. Well, right now I need to lose.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like when I don't play during the season, like
Mhm.
when we have games, and obviously I'm not a big minute guy.
Yeah.
But I still go and travel, and like I eat a lot, and I'm still practicing, but like I feel like I just am getting fat the whole time. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm still running like all the time, but it just
Yeah.
feels like, man, I need
You're getting all these nice dinners,
Yeah,
takeouts,
exactly.
after
Yeah.
games, stuff like that.
man, yeah. So right now it's kind of like I need to get back into basketball shape, even though I was like, it's not the shape I want to be in, I guess.
Yeah.
If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I got train table, and then I got class at 10:30, class at 11:30, class at 12:30. Then that ends about 1:30 or 1:20, but then we got practice that starts at 2:30. So we have film and lift at 2:30. Practice itself starts at 3:30. Go for about 2 hours usually, 2 to 3. Like last semester, before the season, and during like early season, you go longer practices just because you got to rest more during
Yeah.
when you get in the stretch. Yeah, so a few hours there, and then end about 5:30 or 6:30, and then we go to training table for dinner, and then get home around 7:30. I try to do some homework and then go back to the gym and get shots up. And so if I can do that, I go back and get shots up for about 45 minutes, an hour. That'll be about 9 or 10 just because it has to be. I got to get stuff done. And then I come back home and then usually do more work, either a lab or homework. Or last semester I had this data structures class, which is like Java programming, and it's a lot of intricate like structure, like singly linked list, which is kind of really technical like stuff that it's hard to explain right now even.
Yeah.
But so I had a lot of work in that last year. I spent like 15 hours on freaking projects.
Golly.
And
I'm sure it's not easy being full-time basketball and then also being an engineer
Yeah.
major.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
Is
But-
it up
Yeah.
to you to kind of manage all your time and your classes, or are there people like that help with the team?
Yeah,
'Cause
so
I've heard. I mean, I obviously don't know, but I've heard some stuff about like people kind of help manage or whatever. But I don't know.
yeah, my schedule's pretty specific because there's not a lot of athletes that do engineering, especially electrical. There's a few that do mechanical. I don't think one other that does electrical, but it's pretty specific. So usually I have to manage it a lot on my own. We do have academic advisors, or I don't even know what their official title, but they're basically academic advisors for us in athletics, and they're very helpful. They keep us on track with like meetings and getting our assignments turned in. We give them our we get them our syllabus like beginning of the year for each of our classes, and so they determine. Go. Yeah.
Coda.
So, good old Coda.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they determine, like, what we need to do, when we need to do it, and they really have, like, a plan set out for us. Like I said, like, if they did that for my schedule, it'd be, like, way too, like, because
There's not much to move around.
Yeah. It's hard for them to know what I have to do because it's so dynamic, and there's so many things that are adjusting on the fly, and, like, there's just, like, topics that most people in the academic center haven't had and, like, haven't seen before. But yeah, but they're still super helpful in like seeing my syllabus, like manipulating it to where I can do basketball and kind of get my stuff done, and we get early enrollment for classes too. So
Okay.
that's super helpful because I can like
Pick basically
Plan
whatever
around
you
your schedule.
whatever you want.
yeah, exactly. These last years it's been kind of hard though because I mean it's getting really specific to my major, and so there's only 1 or 2 classes at a time
Yeah.
at a certain time in the week. So
You don't get much of a decision.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
So what's the loudest stadium you've been in?
That's a good one. I think that. So I got 2 answers. One is the loudest, and one is the meanest.
Okay.
The loudest is KU. Every year.
Isn't it pretty
Allen
small?
Fieldhouse. Yeah.
Like,
well,
not small, but like tight, kind of.
yes. Very. Like it's small when you look at it.
Really?
Compared to, I mean, it seems small because you're
Yeah.
like, this is what people talk about.
Yeah.
Like, it does not seem like it. But when the people are in there, they're like this close to each other.
Yeah.
Like they're all squeezed right
Yeah.
in, and they're all benches everywhere. Like
Yeah.
we have seats some places, but they have benches, and
Okay.
they don't sit during the game. So that's another thing.
Yeah.
They're in it.
How would you compare it to like GIA?
Uh,
Nothing like it.
well, no. I take that
GIA
back.
gets
I'm not.
bumping,
GIA.
But I don't go
There's
to all the
been-
games. I feel like it gets loud.
I think GIA is comparable when it's its loudest. But we just haven't had a lot of games recently like that, and KU just won a national championship.
Yeah.
So I think that's the
Yeah.
difference. But I think GIA is completely, like, up there.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the best in the nation when it's its loudest. And it's
That's
we're
pretty
fortunate
impressive.
enough. Yeah. So like OU game this year, for example, like it was
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
It was pretty
That
crazy.
was loud.
Um,
Kansas even was pretty
Yeah, I was
loud,
about to
thought,
say
too.
that game was.
Yeah, we have some good games, but difference is, like I said, like that's every game for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's crazy, but I mean, yeah.
What's
So-
the meanest?
The meanest is not this year, but last year, Texas Tech.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
I mean, I guess it really doesn't surprise
Just
me,
ruthless fans?
Terrible.
Really?
There was a chant at the end of our game. They were chanting "OSU sucks balls." I look into the crowd and see like 5-year-olds chanting it.
What?
It's like everyone. It's
When I used
it's
to
the
go
most heartbreaking thing you've ever experienced.
Tech
as an
fans
OSU
are
fan.
crazy.
when I used to go to the football games, they would chant that, like, especially when they played Texas.
Yeah.
Really?
And then I remember they got it, like the fans got into it with Baker Mayfield. It was on the sidelines, and
Uh-huh.
it was
that
like
when
you
he
could
grabbed-
hear like what they were saying through the TV.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Is that when he grabbed his crotch?
That was KU.
Oh, okay.
yeah. He did something else I can't remember, but it was like I think he
We had a
flipped
pretty
off.
good chant for KU game this year at GIA.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't
Every
remember.
time, what's that Kansas dude's name? Last name's Dick.
Oh, Grady.
Yeah, Grady Dick. Every time he missed, we'd yell, "You suck, Dick."
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah. That man's got the worst last name.
Yeah, I'm sure he's heard that a time or two.
He's got
yeah.
nothing can hurt him though. Like if that's all
No,
everybody's
he's
saying
good.
to him.
He's good.
He's
he's a
baller.
stud.
So
But what is that like for you when you're say at
Yeah, on the
Texas
receiving
Tech?
end of
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
and you're just like,
it's brutal. So
does it get in your head?
It really doesn't. Even the first couple times. I mean, I heard. I was like, huh, that's kind of funny. Like,
Kind of comical.
They say some good stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Like especially because I'm kind of a target. Not now. I cut my hair.
Yeah.
I had a mullet all season and last season, and so everybody's.
Oh, yeah,
You did it to
sure.
yourself.
Yeah, I did it to myself, but I enjoyed it though. It's kind of
Yeah,
entertaining,
yeah.
and but even the cheerleaders at Tech, like they were
Really?
right next to us. They were just talking.
What?
Like Matt,
Damn.
yeah,
You kind of just gotta like pretend you don't even hear it. Like,
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can't look at them. Once you look at them, it's over.
Facts.
They're on you all game.
Yeah.
I've kind of discovered that.
Yeah.
Like, Iowa State this year, I mean, like, I don't know why. Maybe we had a couple home games in a row before it. But, like, dude said my name. And I'm like, I just, like, naturally just look over because I wasn't used to it again. And the dude, like, he was on me all game. I was like, sure. I haven't even played. Like,
it's one of those things where it's like you hear your name and you immediately turn. Not even registering who's calling your name.
Down bad.
oh, yeah. It's crazy.
Game on once you look.
But I take it as, like, a sign of respect because – not respect. But, like, if they're yelling at me, that means they're not yelling at a lot of dudes on the court.
Yeah.
So, at the time, if I do play, I mean – I'm always hopeful to still play, like, minutes.
Yeah.
But I haven't so far. And that's why I'm saying it like this. But, so I feel like
Isn't it kind of sick how when you go in, though, everyone goes crazy? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I don't
love
know.
it.
I got mixed feelings. I think it's really cool. I love all the love I do, but, like, I don't know.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I wish it wasn't like that at times, just because that means I'm.
But you're at a freaking D1 school.
No, yeah,
Like,
I love it. Yeah, it's just mentality behind it. It's kind of.
Well, I
Yeah.
think the mullet helped too. You know,
Uh-huh.
people see a dude coming in with a mullet and they get excited.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I appreciate it, and it's fun, and I hope that the mullet brings some type of happiness somewhere. So.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite part about playing D1 basketball?
That's a good question.
All the free merch.
Oh yeah, like free merch.
I'm sure that.
I mean,
into it.
getting
Yeah.
to meet some super cool people.
No, yeah. I think all of it. Like, it's sad. Like, I try not to become numb to it because I'm always just like everywhere I go, I try to be grateful for, like, where I'm at because it's just the best experience I think you could have. And I think a lot of people would love to be in my shoes. That's another thing. I'm like, man, I can't take this for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of my focus kind of going into this next year, too. I'm trying to just go all out with basketball. And
Is next year or last year?
I don't know. I don't know how it'll work out,
Yeah.
but it's my senior year, but it's not necessarily.
Do you
I
have
think
more eligibility?
I think yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I got an extra year
Mhm.
just because of COVID. So
Dude, take it.
yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. Like, why not?
Yeah.
But
You only get to do it once.
right, so.
Well,
see,
and I mean,
but
your brother's told you a lot about that. Like, don't take it for granted, stuff
Mhm.
like that.
yeah, yeah.
Because I'm sure he misses it. Too.
How
No,
old's your
yeah.
brother?
30. Yeah, he's 9 years older.
Yeah.
So he's giving me a lot of advice too that helps. Just stay the course too. Like, stay committed and. Yeah, big things is don't take it for granted and
Yeah.
make sure to put all your effort into it.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna want to do that. You're gonna wish you did it
Mm-hmm.
if you look back on it. So,
Yeah.
and I think that going like looking back on high school even like I wish I put more effort in that, like, in more work into high school because maybe I'd be at a better place with my basketball ability here or maybe some things.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
yeah.
So I'm definitely trying to take every day, do work best every day. So.
Was that step from high school to college just like a mind opener
Yeah.
or what?
Yeah, that
Was it super big,
it was pretty big.
like competition level? And you're like,
Well, competition level especially.
yeah.
But like I had experienced some higher level competition and like we played some good guys in my high school team and when I played AAU, like I played Cade my sophomore year of AAU.
Yeah.
And so I've kind of experienced a little bit of it. But when every dude is like the star player
Yeah.
that you play,
Yeah.
like it's just a different level.
Yeah.
And you just got to match it as best as you can and try to compete as hard as you can. And I mean, I feel like I've done that well for given my I don't want to say lack of athletic ability, but they're like
No,
the
I know what
athletes
you
on
mean.
this level are just insane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's much difference, and just the time commitment. You got meetings, you got
It's practically a
table.
job.
yeah, it is. And I came in like not wanting to say that because I wanted to like, I don't want people to think, oh, you're just like you're
Yeah.
just saying that. But like after experiencing it, it's like, yeah, and if you miss it, you got more stuff to do. 'Cause
Yeah.
You just miss something that you got to be at. So like,
Yeah.
you got bear calls at 6 a.m. now, so he's added to the schedule. So I've
Yeah.
had to do a couple times, but I don't know.
Have you ever had an encounter with a fan where you're like, dang, this is cool?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Like little kids,
yeah.
or someone will come up to you and be like,
Yeah.
Can I have your autograph?
Yeah. No, yeah. Especially like, I mean, every game like there's like kids coming up asking for my autograph, and I'm like, it's just surreal. Like being in that position and be able to influence like kids and how they see the sport and how they see life. It's really also just one thing I don't take for granted. And then we have like the basketball camps during the summer, and all of them are like so excited, and they come to the games and like Coach Carson. So it's like, it's just one of the coolest feelings. Yeah,
that is cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dang.
So you're a big, is it Marvel guy or DC?
Yeah, I like both. I used to be a bigger DC guy, but their movies have been slacking, so I'm more Marvel now.
All right, so what Marvel movie would you say is your favorite?
Is my favorite? Oh, that's a good one. The Spider-Man No Way Home, for sure.
Okay, is that the most recent one?
Yeah, it's the most recent Spider-Man.
Okay,
yeah,
that one was guess.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so good. I just loved Tobey growing up. He was like my idol, like as a superhero.
Oh yeah.
So, it was just so nostalgic, like seeing Spider-Man on the screen.
Yeah, that was
cool.
dope when they all came together.
That was a cool
spoiler
movie.
for anyone.
I like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
You haven't seen it by now. It's your fault.
You're a loser.
What about y'all? What's y'all's favorite Marvel movie?
I'd definitely have to say Guardians of the Galaxies. I like those.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Has a good soundtrack.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
That's usually what people.
But I mean, I also like I like the Thors a lot. I didn't like the most recent one.
Oh, the most recent.
Yeah,
was
why did they do that,
terrible,
dude?
I don't know.
It's like I was watching a little kid's movie or something.
Yeah, it wasn't. I think they took the one before it, which was great.
Yeah.
They kind of just like put everything. Huh?
They just ran with it.
Yeah, they ran with that type, but it was too much in this last one. Like the comedic aspect, like it was.
It didn't even feel like a superhero movie.
Yeah, it was goofy.
I don't know. What's the one, the new movies that they're coming out with that Marvel's doing?
There's a new Ant-Man.
Oh,
those
like
are good. I like those.
I haven't ever seen any of those.
Like which one?
It's like new. It's not. They don't have a.
Oh, like a new character or something?
It's like the 6 people that come together.
Avengers?
No.
Oh, is it the... Because they had like the Infinite or whatever.
Infinity War?
No.
Or like...
It was like that infinity sign.
Somebody Google it.
This is gonna...
I have no clue what you're talking about.
But it was one where they had to... Like, one could fly, one was super fast.
Yeah.
The other one did like futuristic stuff, but they were in all the eras. Y'all know
are you talking about like from the Doctor Strange movie, Multiverse Madness?
No. It's
Oh
its
my
own
gosh.
movie.
Oh, so it just came out?
No, it's been out for like...
They made like.
Internals.
Eternals. Yeah.
I still don't even know.
Eternals.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I didn't
We're
like
about to
that.
go on for like 15 minutes here now.
No, it's not that.
No.
No.
Okay.
I didn't like that.
It's like
I
that.
didn't
No.
I was not a fan.
Yeah, it was different for sure.
Yeah.
Especially seeing that they could have helped out the Avengers, you know?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
I think it
Crap.
added too much of a godly aspect.
Yeah.
The superheroes are like god, like they're meant to be looked at as like godlike figures, but like that one just like they could do
Eternals.
anything, like the whole existence. So it's too
it's
much.
like they could
Screw
win a
'em.
war right then and there.
Yeah.
It's like takes out all the action.
Solve
Yeah.
everything. Mm-hmm.
What even is that? I'm a big DC guy. I like DC.
Really?
I'd have to say,
Mhm.
dude, I'm an Aquaman type guy.
Yes.
Aquaman's
I haven't
sick.
I
seen
still
that.
haven't seen that either.
Really?
Mm-mm.
They're coming out with a new one soon, right?
Yeah. Wait
to watch it.
I forgot the name of it, but yeah, they are.
Avatar: Way of the Water.
Yeah.
Aquaman, Way of the Water. Yeah.
He actually joins the Avatar.
He just swims in
He
the
plays with it.
Imagine that. It's just a scene in Aquaman, and here come the Avatars.
Little crossover action.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to love DC though. Like, their cartoon, the Justice League cartoon. I watched that.
I feel like we
All
kind of
growing
grew up on that,
Uh-huh.
and then Marvel's more. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
You
No,
didn't?
I never watched any of that.
Oh my god.
I grew up
I
more
have
on
no idea
Marvel,
what
I'd
that
say.
is.
Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I watched some DC, but I would say more Marvel. Like the OGs, like Iron Man and like.
Mhm.
Was
Captain
Spider-Man
America.
always Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just his filming rights were with Sony, so that's why they couldn't use them. So they had his own
See, I don't really
standalone
pay
movies.
attention to it much.
Yeah. So now Sony and Marvel have like an ongoing contract, but they got to renew it like every few years. So like they're about to not have like a fourth Spider-Man because of it, but now if the money talks, so
Yeah.
they'll make one if they have. I mean, everybody's watching the Spider-Man movies. So.
They're good.
Yeah.
Okay, random question. If you could travel
Yep.
one place, where would it be?
Mars.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Would you be one of those people that like go to Mars and never come back type of thing?
No,
Like an experiment?
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. That's
Would you
too
go
scary.
live there if they made it?
If it was
like-
habitable?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would.
Huh.
I would want to be.
How long would you be in the ship for?
One of the
Isn't it like
innovators.
3
Yeah.
years or something?
Something stupid.
Google that.
6 months. If
What?
we hit
How long does it take to get to Mars?
it's
6 months?
6 months, I think.
Okay.
Oh,
we
that's
hit,
not
like-
bad at all.
Oh, I'd do it.
The ellipse of Earth. So as we're rotating or revolving technically, if we shoot off a rocket, I just watched a video over this yesterday, so that's why. It's not like I know this stuff. If we shoot at a rocket in orbit,
He's been
like,
studying it for his whole life.
it'll cross the path of Mars at like in like a 6 month period. So
That's
and
kind of sick.
You can miss it though. So Elon was talking about it. You can miss it and keep going to Jupiter. So you're kind of screwed if you.
That'd still be cool.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be bad.
How long would
Yeah,
it
you
take to get to Jupiter?
I have no clue. He didn't say that.
Google that.
Uh,
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you'd run out
Well,
of fuel
Jupiter's quite a
first.
bit further,
I
I'd
could-
assume.
I couldn't do that.
Probably.
I couldn't do that.
No. Yeah, but I just threw that in there as like a trick answer. But
Yeah.
I would
Or
say, like,
realistically.
realistically, like probably Greece.
Greece.
I want to go visit Greece really badly, or Australia.
Australia would be sick.
Yeah.
What's the coolest place basketball's taken you so far?
We
The
went
Bahamas?
we went to the Bahamas.
That's
last
sick.
year.
That's right.
Yeah, I would say that.
Where did y'all stay when y'all played there?
Bahamar. It's
Okay.
just a hotel it's a resort.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know if y'all stayed at Atlantis or
Did y'all
what.
have like
No,
a day
there was
where
actually
you could,
Airbnb. Yeah.
Okay.
did y'all have a day where you could travel around, do your own thing?
I think the day we got there was kind of our day,
Okay.
but then it was like focus. Like,
Yeah.
we got games to win. And
Did y'all play teams from America?
Yeah, we played
Okay.
Central Florida, UCF, and DePaul. We lost to UCF, which if we would have beat UCF, probably would be in the tournament, honestly. So
Really?
That's how crazy like
Crap.
those preseason games affect like
Huh.
going.
I didn't
on.
know
I
that.
always thought it was more conference play, but
I mean, it is.
What do
but
I know?
Big 12's so good that it's like the quad one wins in the Big 12 this year for like didn't really affect us as much. I mean, the wins were good, and that's what got us there.
Yeah.
But like losing hurt us more than winning helped us. If that makes
Mhm.
sense.
So your season starts day one, or game one, basically,
Yeah.
Every
I
game
mean,
for the-
yeah,
tournament.
yeah, because if
That's
you lose
crazy.
a quad 4 preseason, you're hosed. Like not hosed, but like that's a terrible look, especially
Dang.
when you're
what's
about
quad for? I mean,
quad 4 is like low Division 1, like not.
Some of
it's
your
not
like
good.
warm-up games per
Yeah,
se.
yeah, like, but we need those.
Yeah.
Like,
Games you're supposed to win.
yeah, because they compare those like when you're looking at playing other teams in the tournament.
Yeah.
They're like looking at those other out of conference games,
Mhm.
and they're like, they lost to
Oh, yeah.
so and so.
Yeah.
So,
That sucks.
yeah.
So after playing Texas, do you think they're good enough to take it all the way?
I think so.
Really?
I got Texas winning it. Yeah,
Really?
I do. Yeah.
My
Is
best
Kansas
bracket
State that
has
good,
Alabama
too?
winning it right now.
K State's good. I freaking love Marquise Noel too. I've loved
Dude,
him
he
for
is
months.
good.
He is
I
He's
was
a
watching him
baller.
last night. It was
Yeah,
insane.
He's so good, and
He's
he's
on
like,
a bum ankle.
yeah, no, that was crazy. He hobbled off and then
Yeah.
hobbled back on and played the rest of the game.
And then
Mhm.
did that freaking crazy 3-pointer right after. he got
Right
back
after,
in.
he's a magician, but it's all like it looks like show. Like he's just kind of getting lucky in the right spot. But like
Draft
our
stock
coach
going
has,
up.
he's talked to us about the things he does, and like so when we got to K State playing them this year, he was warming up, not warming up. He was shooting, like getting shots up the day before we got there, when we got there, which is okay. That's normal. Like guys are gonna get shots up the day
Mhm.
before a game. We left. He comes back in to get more shots up, so that's already like, all right, this dude's working.
Twice in one day.
Yeah. Then we come the next day for a shoot around in the morning. He's there getting shots up for like
By himself?
like before shoot arounds like like early in the morning too, not even before the game.
So the rest of the team isn't there, just him.
No, it's just him. Yeah, it's him just hooping, and then like he's going hard too. It's not like it's
just goofing off.
Yeah, he's doing stuff, and we leave, comes back on the court, gets more shots up, and then we leave, and so then we come back, first one on the court for warm ups. So like he's that guy, and then there's also a story like he didn't go home for Christmas. He stayed in Manhattan to practice over the whole break, and he
wants it.
Yeah, he's an inspiration, honestly. Like he's that guy, and so
nobody really hears about that behind the scenes. Everyone just thinks like
they're just gifted naturally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Well, I mean, part of it is I'm for sure, but you got to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his height is. Everything is against him too. So
how tall is he?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. He was so short. He looked so short on TV.
He set an assist record last night for the whole NCAA or just the tournament?
The tournament.
Okay.
It was 19 assists, right?
Yeah. He's like in person too. Like I walked up and I was like, so the game we played K-State. One of our managers, he's kind of shorter. I was like, hey Ryan, how tall are you? He's like 5'7", 5'8". I was like, all right, hey. Go stand next to him. Because I think they probably have him like 5'10" on the thing. The dude was taller than Marquise. And so I was like it was funny. I thought he was going to go to half court so I could get like kind of like a good angle of it. No, he went over onto their side when they were warming up. And he literally stood right next to him while he was getting threes up. So it killed me. But yeah, so he's a small dude too. And he's a bucket.
That's crazy.
Where's he from?
New York.
Really?
They played there last night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
End of the game, he like walking out the court. He's like, I own this state. Like, that's great, man. You do. You're that guy, pal.
Do you?
You got it.
Like, do you think? So Alabama is number 1 seed.
Mm.
Do you think like how does their team compare to K-State or Texas?
I honestly haven't really watched Alabama. I would say they don't compare though. Just 'cause I'm biased on the Big 12.
Yeah.
But I hope they lose. I think.
I do too.
It's terrible. I think they handled it awfully with like the investigation and everything.
What's the story on that? Because you're talking to a guy who has no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah. So one of their players, which honestly I don't know all of it, so I may be saying that with a bad opinion too. That's just my opinion from what I know. One of their players got arrested for murdering.
Oh.
A lady that was mother of a child. She had like a 3-year-old kid, I think.
Kind of at the start of the season, right? Or
midway through, I'd say.
Okay, yeah.
And then one of their players was known for, I don't know if he got arrested, but he was cited to have given him like the gun that the guy used to shoot this woman. So, yeah, I don't know the whole story completely. Like,
that's terrible.
If that's true or what happened. So I'm not going to necessarily speak on that, but he didn't even like get a suspension into the investigation, and their coach was like, wrong place at the wrong time, and that was his quote. And so it's like, I don't know. I don't think that was a great way to handle it, in my opinion. I'm not the one making decisions, so maybe it was, and I don't. But
I heard there was like a lot of slack behind him saying wrong place, wrong time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, even Saban came out and was like, one of his guys got arrested for something this past weekend.
Oh yeah, and he said there's no such thing as wrong place, wrong time. Didn't he say that?
Yeah, exactly. And then they had like this whole PR thing. He went to the basketball practice like, oh, I didn't mean to buy that. That was fake. Like, y'all are just making stuff up in the media. Like,
yeah.
Sorry, I mean, expletive.
It's just crazy how influential the media is to everything.
Oh yeah,
they can shape a story however they want it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you kind of see it. I mean, especially during the tournament time in college basketball, you just see so many of these stories. Which
the spotlight's on college basketball right now.
If you do one thing like wrong, then you're like it hurts you so much.
Yeah.
And so you got to be on your game, whether you're talking to people, whether you're in game, like everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, and literally
people hate
anywhere you go, you're probably going to be recorded if in the tournament at least.
Mm-hmm.
Like in New York, you go out or some night, and it's just
you can't mess up.
Yeah, say like on when y'all are in the tournament and y'all are traveling, what do y'all do at night? Just go eat.
We eat together. Yeah, we have usually or depends the trip, but there are a few trips where we eat together the night before, just kind of relax, and then night before the game, someone either like brings Uno or something, or we just hang out together, or sit in our own rooms. Yeah, just relax, and you got to get ready for the next day. So.
And then after the game, do y'all head out that night?
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, that also depends on where we're at. So like we went from like last year we had a 5-game stretch of away games because of COVID. Even last year, like rescheduled one of our games to be in between 2 other games, and so we went from it was I think West Virginia to Texas Tech to Baylor in like 5 days. That's when we beat Baylor when they were number 1 in the country. That third game.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it depends the game. Like this year we went from TCU to West Virginia in like a 3-day stretch. So we stayed in Fort Worth after our game and then left the next morning for West Virginia.
That's got to be exhausting.
Yeah, especially when trying to do work, like catch up on school.
Yeah.
That's just my perspective. I don't know.
Are professors like lenient and understanding?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We have some of the they're very gracious, I would say, with time constraints.
Yeah.
And they're really cool, especially in our department. I don't know how it is for I've talked to a couple of my teammates, and so they've had a couple of teachers where they're like, "No, you got to turn in here," and like all this stuff. But almost every one of them, I think every one of them have been pretty lenient.
Yeah.
They also think it's cool because, especially in like electrical and computer, I don't think you don't really have any athletes. Usually.
You're representing that degree.
Yeah, it's pretty. So they think of it like that. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'll think of it like that too.
Yeah.
And there's actually I don't know. Never mind. I forgot.
Okay, we'll end it with one more question.
Mm-hmm.
Think of your favorite game, like probably your favorite memory
Mm-hmm.
of playing at OSU.
That's a tough one.
Either a win or just like hanging out with the guys.
Yeah. You saying after like any memory
Any
or
memory.
a game?
Any memory.
Oh gosh. I don't know, man.
Let's say game.
Game. Okay. I was on
Favorite?
that track and you moved me to a different.
Sorry. I'm messing with your mind.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
I do have another question after this.
Yeah, you're good. Down to answer any. Let's see. I don't know. I like sweeping OU. That's always fun. So anytime we can do that, that's great. But I think winning the tournament game my freshman year, like there's just nothing that compares to it.
Yeah.
Like this is the best place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
That's cool.
that would take the cake.
Oh yeah.
So,
For sure.
yeah. Oh wait, we also got to the Big 12 championship that year. In the
That
Big
game
12
was
tournament.
fun?
That game. I mean, games before it.
I was at the Baylor game.
Yeah.
It was nuts,
That
dude.
was a fun game. And then we lost to Texas in the championship, but they didn't have to play the day before because KU got COVID, so they had one less game.
Oh yeah.
So they had an off day. So yeah, we should have been Big 12 champs that year. No excuses, but
Texas is watching this.
Huh?
Screw you, Texas, if you're watching.
Yeah, but go win the Natty, so
Yeah.
I can be right.
Yeah.
Love you, Texas. Just kidding.
Do y'all still stay in touch with Cade?
I mean, not like regularly. He's a busy
Okay.
dude. I think
Yeah.
Coach Mike does. I'm not sure. I don't want to speak on anything. but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he does. Because
Has he ever been like, hey, y'all want some tickets to the Detroit game or what?
Well, we went to Oakland, play Oakland, Michigan. I didn't even know there was an Oakland, Michigan. but
Okay, yeah.
Apparently, I thought we were
Yeah.
going to California all year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So we went to Oakland, and it's right next to Detroit. The university is. And maybe in Detroit, and I don't know. But we went to go see Cade play against the Celtics.
Oh, that's
Oh,
sick.
That's pretty
really
cool.
cool.
Yeah, and he actually came to that game too. So he definitely keeps in touch. And Cannon, his brother, was at a lot of games this year. So they definitely keep in touch with the program. And he like sends happy birthday and stuff, and I sent him happy birthday, but I don't really want to like bother, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I know plenty of people are trying to ride his coattails. And,
Right.
You know, so like
Yeah.
he. I mean, we got a good relationship, but he's.
Were y'all pretty close, or?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like
Any closer than anyone
what-
else, but
but yeah, we were close. We were
Yeah.
good teammates, good friends.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was just a great experience to have him here, and yeah, so
That's
Sweet.
good. That's sick.
mm,
All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Thanks for coming on, dude.
no problem.
We
Where
Thanks
should
for
people
having me.
find you?
Like my Instagram and
Yeah.
stuff.
You got a
I
LinkedIn?
thought you wanted my address. Down the street. Yeah. So Instagram's at c.s.15. Twitter at Carson Sager 15.
Heck yeah.
Let's go. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the big channel. We're getting pretty big. So,
Yeah, we're on Spotify now.
yeah, we're on Spotify. Yeah.
Spotify, YouTube. I'm still trying to figure out Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, but we'll get on there eventually at some point.
Nice.
Yep.
Follow the Insta.
Yep.
yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it.
All right.
Sweet.
Sweet.
See ya.
Let me tell you this, the older you do get, the more rules are gonna try to get you to follow. You just gotta keep living, man. Life.